Nobody on here yet. Oh, viewers hidden. I don't think I want them hidden. Welcome to the live stream, guys. Schuylkill, River Valley, Willmar. That's my mom going out the door. William Selman, welcome to the live feed, live stream. Dave BNSF in scale. Welcome Scrumptious or Harrison, Harris. I always called you Scrumptious. Randy, RDNT, Chazco, aka Chuck. All welcome to the live stream. Not really going to show anything tonight, guys. Just going to talk a little bit about the experience at Steamtown. I met most of you, or almost, well, some of you on here. I know I met Willmar. Me and Willmar hung out a lot on Saturday and Friday night at the hotel when we invaded the hotel restaurant, or well, Sparky and you all actually did before me, but I believe I met Schuylkill River Valley. I can't remember his name. There's so many names to remember. So yeah, I had lots of fun. Even though I had a lot on my mind. That's probably why I don't smile a lot, because a lot of stuff is always going through my mind with other problems, and my plan was to leave a lot of those problems home, but I had a main concern that kind of traveled with me. What was going to happen here at home, why I was 210 miles out of town with my daughter. I mean, I didn't have no problem leaving my daughter with my grandma or my mom. Yes, John. But there, her mother always seems to want to start something, but that's enough about that. I believe your name might be Matt. I'm not going through all those letters. AJMAYOWSKI Jr. Container Man 68. Yeah, I don't sound like a chipmunk, I that's why I tested it earlier with Willmar a little bit ago. It was about a half an hour ago, I guess. And he said everything sounded good. I sounded like Rodney. I didn't sound like Chip and Dale and Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, so here I am. I sound like myself. I don't know why. Evidently something to do with the computer just setting, and the thing just, it must be haunted like everything else in my life and giving me bad luck, and it just, wants to reset its own settings, I guess. Hi, Vinny. Welcome to the live stream. This is what I'm calling the first Thursday night live stream after Steamtown, because it would be the first Thursday after. Hi, Martin. Welcome to the live feed. But anyway, I had a great time meeting Wilmer and Sparky, John from the Schuylkill River Valley, Ron Piskel, DJ from DJ's Trains was also there, Nathan DeLay, trying to think of who. JC from JC Videos, I believe. The channel is. Benny from Creative Rails. Was also there. All sorts of people to meet. Ray Boble, who's right down the road here in Towson, Maryland now. Yes, JP, not JC. I don't know why I said JC. Must have JC on the brain or something because of JC Penney's or something like that, I guess. But anyway, but it should be JP Videos. But anyway, I had a great time. Wilmer and I sat and talked for a while. Yes, Ray Boble was there, Roy. He came up. He got there. Well, I arrived up there at about 3:30, and Sparky and really nobody was around. I was probably one of the first ones to check into our hotel, and I was trying to text, several of them, "Are you here yet?" Because I didn't really want to miss anything, that they might have had planned. And unfortunately, a bunch of them got together down in the restaurant and bar down in the hotel on the first floor. And when I finally got a hold of somebody, they said, "Well, we're down here, hanging out and eating and everything." Well, I had already ate, so I didn't really need to eat. So I went down and I met Roy Smith, Ray Boble for the second time, Ron Piskel, Wilmer, of course, Sparky, Tom from Tom's Trains and Things was also there, Anthony from You might have to help me out on that, Wilmer. The Anthony that was sitting beside you there at the restaurant, I can't think of if it's what his channel name is. But anyway, because we got a few different Anthonys. But I enjoyed myself as much as I could, and tried to put other problems behind me to, yes, Hastings. Yes, Georgia, that would be the one, Georgia Sunbelt. Am I right on that, Wilmer? Okay, you put that up there. Okay, after Vinny. I'm not too sure if I'm thinking we meant Hastings being SF too, for some reason, up there at Steamtown. But it was Georgia Sunbelt that we meant in the restaurant, so. But I enjoyed myself. There's a few videos up on my channel. I didn't take a lot of long videos because I didn't have nothing but my phone, and I wanted to try to save as much memory and stuff that I could to take videos of different stuff. So you'll find my videos aren't as long as Wilmer's or Sparky's or anybody else's because of me using my cell phone. So I did try to get as much, I did get different stuff. Yeah, look, the counter's working. I'm surprised they even have that thing on there because it's actually you got to put that stuff somewhere on the screen. Well, Vinny knows this. You got to line it up to where you want it, and then it don't always come up on there if you put it in the wrong spot. Just like I'm a little ahead of myself, and I don't know if you'll all be able to see this or not. Like that, I'm ready for if I ever see the day that I get a super chat, which is a long ways off. But when somebody subscribes to me, mine'll basically work like Vinny's. And of course, I probably won't ever have a sponsor or anything or a donation, but they're all on here. So they're all ready to go But anyway, we took we got to see number 26, I believe the number is. An old Baldwin locomotive, hauled 2 passenger cars, which we all got on earlier in the morning on Saturday, and we took a nice train ride up through the yard, seen a wooden caboose and 1 or 2 snow plows, or Jordan spreaders or whatever they call them on the railroad. It's a snow plow to me. You hook it up front of the engine and push it. Graduations, Roy. But anyway, We seen wheels, trucks, pieces of rail, old wooden caboose, real old locomotive, which I had a tree growing out of it. I couldn't stop laughing when I seen the tree coming up out of the one boiler lid. It just, I don't know, it was funny, but it was also kind of sad because, of weeds and trees and stuff growing up out of all that old stuff. But, it's going to happen when it just gets set there. So, but then later in the evening or later that day, we took a trolley ride, and I enjoyed that too, because I don't remember ever being on a trolley in my life. So that was the first time I ever been on a trolley. It went down to a baseball field, which I don't recall the name of. It's just kind of went over my head too. But there was like a little trolley museum place where they have the Rector building where they're restoring trolleys. Our trolley, I think, turned 114. Correct me if I'm wrong on that too, Wilmer, because you might know better than me. I think it was 114 years old this year. And so, we went through, of course, 2 crossings where the guy had to get off the trolley and flag traffic, and then we went across the 3rd crossing where it was actually a crossing gate and lights. So it was a fun ride. I enjoyed myself, especially being with all the people that I met, as friends and YouTubers. They was all, I mean, they just felt like all big family. Of course, no one can pass the number 4012, I believe, is the number of the big boy that was setting out in the parking lot when we first got there. I definitely got some pictures of it. I didn't get no video of it, but I did get pictures of it. If I can ever figure out how to put pictures on YouTube, I would, but I'm still learning a bunch of stuff on a computer, so what I need to do is probably start like a Facebook page or something, or something like that, get that kind of stuff up there. But it was a fun time. I enjoyed meeting Sparky, and since I'm doing this live feed, I want to give a big shout out to Roy Smith, Sparky 107, Paul, and JP videos for setting all this this different stuff up. I did not go to the dining car experience. I was not scheduled for that. I probably could have went, but I got a headache, a bad headache, and when I went back to the hotel, because I brought my own food and everything, I went to the hotel and ate, and I laid down so my headache pills would help work, and I fell asleep, and I didn't make it to the Hudson Valley, or the Hudson Railroader Club as planned. So I missed that. Wilmer and Sparky and Roy Smith and all those guys got to go. Is that right? Okay. You having problems, Roy? But anyway, but they got to go to the Hudson Railroader Club, and of course they went without me. So, because Rodney had a headache, and when I have a bad headache, I don't drive. So that's the reason I went back to the hotel. I ate and took some headache pills, and I guess I was just so tired from the excitement at Steamtown that I must have laid down and I must have dozed off, and from the time I woke up, it was probably too late to get there. So, but I also missed Horseshoe Curve due to an error in my GPS. I thought I put the Horseshoe Curve historic Horseshoe Curve in there in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Well, I ended up at somewhere else in Pennsylvania, which didn't look, started looking not right to me after I went too many miles out of the way. So, I had to turn around, and I had to get back on the Pennsylvania Turnpike and go the opposite way in order to get home. So that was my mistake. I should have looked at the GPS and made sure it was right, but I thought it was right, and it brought up Horseshoe Curve Drive or Road or something, and I ended up somewhere else. I thought, well, I thought there was only one Horseshoe Curve, but evidently there must be a road somewhere else that somebody named that. So I missed the guys going there too, and I was maybe a half hour, 45 minutes behind when Sparky told me him and Amy and Caitlin and their friend was leaving the hotel. About time I got out the door, of course, they was already going. But, I figure, 81, could have went right down 81, and I should have knew that it had something to do with I-80 and I-99. And I guess I was just driving along, not thinking, and it, did one of those numbers right over the head. And then I found out that I was somewhere in Landville, Pennsylvania, and I'm like, okay, I drove all the way out here. How stupid can I be? But I did it. I got all kinds of views. I've been through the Lehigh Tunnel that I actually probably never really knew existed. Well, I probably knew it existed. It's just I never actually been there to see it. Any news? My friend is going to come look at the car. He might be able to pull the frame. I doubt it because it's probably going to get, have to have a frame machine on it. But this car is more or less, it's probably going to be done because of the way the frame is bowed on the passenger side. I got hit so hard that it actually it bent the frame that bad. So it's probably just easier to find someone's car sitting around and purchase it and put my motor in it and start over. Or drive one of my older cars, which I don't really want to do because they're 1970 or in the 70 cars, and they're big heavy frame cars. It's just I don't know if I want to drive a big boat around there again. But it's an option right now. A Buick Regal, Joe G. Like an 85, 86 Buick Regal made into a race car. So, anyhow, that was basically my trip. Like I said, it was my big mistake of driving all that extra distance, trying to pay attention to the GPS. And I figured, when she said so many miles, that it was going to be most of those miles going home anyway if I went straight down 81. But when I passed the Harrisburg and all them exits, I thought, this is almost weird because Harrisburg is here already, but Altoona or none of them are. And, I guess I just didn't think no more of it, and I just kept on driving, and next thing I know, I was going through a tunnel and a couple other experiences that I never been through. So I went, I guess on another little excursion trip instead of where everybody else was. Hi, John. Yep, yo, Hot Rod, what's going on? I also got to meet Model Railer. He is now on here. A great guy to meet and talk to, as well as Nathan DeLay and Wilmer, and can never forget Sparky or Roy Smith. And but anyway, everybody's taking John's saying now. But yeah, we all had a great time. mean, there wasn't no problems whatsoever. We all talked early in the morning at our meet and greet in the parking lot. We signed yes, Joe G. Man, I got all kinds of moderators in here tonight. Yes, Ron Piskel was definitely fun. Can't forget Ron Piskel or Ray Boble or any of those. I mean, like I say, Ray Boble was I've on the list. I've met him twice now because I met him the first time down at one of the train shows down Timonium last year, and you can't ask for a better friend than Ray. I mean, he's just as nuts as he is on video. So that shows you that I'm right in that category with him. So, but I enjoyed everybody's company. I mean, we had a blast. But I mean, like I said, we took a trolley ride, we took a steam train ride. Wilmer and I crossed so many tracks just to get over at the waiting platform. It's just amazing how many tracks you actually have to cross to get across the yard to get to the waiting platform. But also, Wilmer's son Buck was there. I got to meet Buck, and he has a YouTube channel, and I'm going to say the other guy might have been your grandson, Wilmer, maybe. I'm not sure. Keep giving me messages. Oh, emails. But yeah, everything. Yes, Roy Smith and his wife are a class act. Yes. Roy Smith is. Yes, great. Okay. But if anybody wants to meet a fantastic, awesome guy, it's Roy Smith. As well, I'm not, I'm not trying to take Sparky or any of you other guys out of that category, but Roy Smith is, he is an awesome guy to meet. I'm glad he can make it from Panama, him and his wife. And I mean, just awesome people. Same way of DJ from DJ's Trains. Yes, Ralph, I wish you and Vinny and Roy Harvick could all have been there. Almost thought I said Ron for a minute. But yes, Chuck, wish you could have been there. I mean, I wish a lot more of you could have been there, but other things get in the way. It happens. I mean, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to go. But, I text Wilmer and he said, well, we're leaving about 4. And, I knew Sparky and them was soon leaving. Yes. David from Crooked River and Eastern. We also met David. That's another one. Another great guy. Nora Bot. Yes, we all made new friends. I mean, it's just amazing how big the place was. I mean, most of the property is probably either yard or the roundhouse turntable alone. But if you go back and watch my one video, that's early in the morning where we see number 26 on the turntable, getting ready to start the day. It made a complete turn after it got pulled out of its stall and made a complete turn, and it went out and it went up to the switch track and switched back in front of us, hooked up to the 2 passenger cars that we all got on. Yes, Benny. We met Ben. But they hooked them up, and Wilmer and Buck and all of us went and got our tickets. And we all got on there, and they did most of the filming. I just did, parts of videos because I didn't know what else I was going to see. So, yes, and congratulations, Roy Container Man 68 for his 1,000 plus. I just got a email for a video. He's got 1,007 subscribers. So congratulations on that, Roy Harbick. You finally made it there, buddy. Thumbs up to you. But we all had a great time. I mean, I'm just, some of it I'm lost for words for, because I had such a great time. I didn't want to leave the hotel Sunday morning. I mean, I just, I just wanted to go back, and I knew that I couldn't because I had to travel, and I wanted to go see Horseshoe Curve, which was in my plan. It's like Saturday night was in my plan to go see the Hudson Model Railroad Club. That got blown because I laid down because of a headache. But that happens. And I know all them guys went there and they enjoyed themselves. I mean, I'm glad they all got to see it. I'll see videos of it. I mean, one of these days I'll make it there. So, and I'm thinking about one of these days taking a trip to Horseshoe Curve. I mean, it's only up in Altoona, so I mean it'll be couple hour trip, but I mean it's probably closer to me than most, I guess. It's just it takes a while. Yes, Kevin Brown. I forgot to mention Kevin Brown, who is Redbird Tony 2010's friend. He was there. Unfortunately, Redbird Tony 2010 couldn't make it because of in-law visitation. So, but Kevin Brown and his wife did make it. So I did get to meet Kevin Brown and his wife. Also, John Dilly. Don't forget we met John Dilly. I just remember John Dilly. Great guy. And Vinny and Sparky and all them already know that he's a great guy. We all got to meet him, and he's, yeah, Roy, I thought you couldn't. Yeah, I guess you can now because you're over 1,000. On your phone, so. But I mean, we had a great time. So, in other things going on, the race car, I don't think it's going to be able to be fixed. But yes, Sparky is top notch. I just wish I could have went the Horseshoe Curve or seen you guys before you left the hotel to at least, see you soon, or because I had no idea that I was going to get that lost. I mean, I normally don't do all that getting lost stuff, but for some reason it wasn't meant to be, I guess. But we'll all see one another again someday, or next year, or whenever it happens. If you wasn't so far away from Horseshoe Curve, Wilmer, we can meet up one day up there. But I know you're way up west from it, and I'm east from it. So, yep, you're right, Roy. A lot of that's been happening around here. I can't seem to win anything. Can't seem to get anything right. I'm still having bad luck since April 26th. The only good luck that I've had since then is I made it to Steamtown, and that's that's probably the best luck I've had since several years. So, where do I live? Washington County, Maryland, which is what considered Western Maryland. There's 3 counties that's considered Western Maryland, which would be Garrett County, at the west end of the state of Maryland. Then Allegheny County and Washington County is all considered western, and then Frederick on down is considered eastern or central or whatever it is, but it's eastern. But I live between Frederick and Hagerstown, Maryland. So, but Frederick's the next county down from us, and right now I basically live in between Frederick and Hagerstown. So, well, it's not one of the states that I'll be in next trip. Allegheny, yeah, I don't know if I ever been to the Allegheny Tunnel. If I have, it was probably back when I was just a little boy. Interstate 70, it comes right through here, Roy. '81 and Interstate 81 and Interstate 70 cross each other here in Hagerstown, or in Washington County, I would say. That's where the interchange is. So I can go up 81 and go to Harrisburg, or go 81 south and go into West Virginia, or I can go to Hancock or Cumberland or wherever on westbound of 70, and I can go east and go to Frederick and Baltimore and all those kind of places. So I got 2 different interstates I can take, and the interstates for me are okay. If I'm traveling, it's just I don't use them if I need to get to a certain location, because I rather just take the scenic, slower routes, I think, for whatever reason. I'm just like that. But did you, Dave? You drove through Maryland a couple times. Oh, you have been through here, Roy. That's cool. That's real cool. Yeah, Hagerstown is what they call the now let me think of what Hub City. Because that's where the Pennsylvania Railroad, B&O, Chessie System. Actually, it wasn't Chessie System, I guess, yet, but it was B&O, Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, and there was another railroad that came in also, and they all, interconnected right here in Hagerstown. Of course, now it's either Norfolk Southern or CSX, but I've seen, BNSF and Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern engine all in a consist one day, and I didn't have my phone with me at the time, or I couldn't get to my phone, and it went right past St. James School, where I used to work. It went right by there, and I don't know, it made me mad because for a consist of having 3 different railroad engines like that on there, I mean, that was just something that I may never ever see again. But now, we've got CSX, Norfolk Southern, Winchester and Western, and Maryland Midland when they come up here. So, but there was a couple different. There was like 4 railroads back then, so that all used Hagerstown as a interlock, I guess you want to call it, or a interchange. So we've got 10 minutes, guys, so go ahead and promote your channels. Make sure you check out Container Man 68's rant video about his turning over to 1,000+ subscribers. And a special thanks to everybody that I got to meet. I really enjoyed meeting you and hanging out over the weekend. Hi, Hastings. I'm not good with names, so I mean, we've got so many Anthonys, and we got a couple Roys, which I know who they are. Only one Wilmer, one Sparky, one Ralph. Got a few Johns in here. Chasco's at 166. 410 for Wilmer. William Selman, 122. Okay, that's Anthony. Okay. We got another Anthony in here. It's so hard to keep track of names. I don't have a list in front of me. Yes, and don't forget our cousin Vinny on Friday, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check his channel out tomorrow night with our cousin Vinny, BNSF 6951. You'll see him as a blue wrench in your chat. Brother Vinny, cousin Vinny, Uncle Benny. He's probably been called all that when I text him. Just remember, don't call him Bunny, because that happened a lot back then. So, and that's because of autocorrect. Once in a while, it still does that to me, and I get a timeout. But Vinny's a good guy. That's one guy I do want to meet. And see his layout. I'd really like to see him, meet him, when Sparky and them takes their trip there. But I'm not sure right now if I'm going to be able to make that trip, but I will figure something out. I will probably have to rent a car in order to make that kind of trip, because none of our family vehicles are gonna make it that far. So just don't call me late for dinner. I agree with you. Okay. And yes, don't forget Ralph Greenwood's show, um, Car Bar, Car, Car Barn, Wilmer's show, Not Bad. And check out On Track Tuesday, next Tuesday. It should be, I believe, Redbird Tony, if I'm not mistaken. At 7. Wednesday night, Sparky 107 107, 7 p.m. Eastern. Of course, Thursday you get to put up with me. Okay, Creative Rails is on next Tuesday with Benny. Wednesday, Sparky, 7 p.m. Eastern. Me, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, Cousin Vinny on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, guys. Again, I had a great time, and I want to thank Sparky 107 107, Roy Smith, Paul, and JP from JP Videos for setting all this different places up for our visitation to Steamtown. Yes, how is Nancy doing, Nora? Because I haven't texted her for a while, so I'm going to have to text her and see. Thanks, Vinny. Appreciate that. I try my best, buddy. No problem, Dave. Good night, Chuck. Thanks, Wilmer. Thanks, Ralph. Schuylkill River Valley. and Hastings. Oh, it's okay, buddy. Can't make it on time. It's okay. I'm glad you did get to pop in, though. And Nora. And I'm going to say good night. God bless. Be safe out there. And we'll see you next time. Great to see you too, John. It was good meeting everybody at Steamtown. I hope I get to go back again. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for stopping in. And William Selman, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate all the great comments. Somebody subscribe. I just seen the little guy come on there and go off. Have to check that out. I'll catch you later, guys. Be safe.